I think the Identity Fabric is a great tool and it evolved over time, if I'm correct. We're currently at version 2 or 3, and it focuses a lot on systems and users. But in today's world, that's only half the story, right? Because what really matters to enterprises today, I believe, is the data that is inside the systems. So I believe the next version is becoming even more contextual and even more intelligent by shifting from this focus, who can log in, to who can see and also use what data. Yeah, that's a good one. So I believe the biggest challenge at the moment starts with getting a right and comprehensive overview of all the data that you have in a company. So first you need to create a data landscape, identifying what data do I have in what systems, in what databases. Once you've done that, you can identify the data more specifically. Okay, is it PII data? Is it financial data, source code, and so on? Only if you've done that, you can start thinking about, okay, who needs access to that data and under what circumstances? And this is basically when the identity access management comes into play only. So I think currently the biggest challenge is to make this identification, identify all the data, and then think about, okay, who can access it and who should access it. So I believe that policies need to become more dynamic and more data aware. So currently policies are very static, right? Who can access what system and maybe what features in the system. But if we want to be able to make it more granular on a data level, it needs to become much more dynamic in the sense that we can say, okay, who actually needs to access what data in the system, when and under what circumstances, right? So let's think of the finance team, for example. They can all access the accounting system with their current roles and with the current static policy. But then not everyone in the finance team needs to access all the data at all times. So this is then where the dynamic part comes into play. We want to ensure that the right person can access the data that they actually need at the right time of the day and then work with it, right? Yes, I believe roles are still very relevant in a data-driven model. However, they become more of an identity card to be able to access the system, right? They will no longer be enough. They will enable people to, or the user to access the system, but then they need to be, the access needs to be enhanced with the dynamic policies that we spoke about earlier, right? Only in the combination of this, okay, who can access what, with who can access what data specifically, we will have a comprehensive model of data access. So I hope that I can inspire people to think identity access management in a modern and data-driven way. I hope that people go away from the keynote and think, okay, maybe I can change a few things up. Maybe I can look at things a bit differently, because I believe once we take identity access management to the next level and have a look at it from the data perspective, we can make it from a bottleneck to an actual business enabler. I'm very much looking forward to that day. I really enjoyed the EIC in Berlin earlier this year, and I hope to meet inspiring new people like I did last time, and I hope I can inspire people myself with my keynote, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting all of you there.